How many grandkids on that side?
I've got 4.
Okay, and their names and ages?
I've got Jason, he's 33.
Okay.
Then I've got Britt, who is about 31.
Okay. It's a good thing you know their ages. and
And then I have Mila, who is 23 now.
Okay.
And then I have little James, which is 8.
Oh wow, there's a big gap there.
Yes.
Okay. And then those are 4 grandkids from two
daughters.
Two daughters. Okay. Are they around?
My one granddaughter is in England
Okay.
with my great grandson,
Okay.
and the others are in Canada.
Oh wow. So none of them are around.
No,
Jason
is mostly overseas because he goes over to Spain and all on yachts
Okay.
and Dubai
no.
and
What a
whatever.
lifestyle.
So they all
They travel.
Yeah.
But then you use WhatsApp and whatever
Yes.
to stay in touch, right?
But you can. But
Okay.
I'm not very into that.
When last?
They don't seem to be very into calling me either.
Oh
so.
no! So you missed them. That's the bottom line. You missed them.
No, I've got used to it
You
now.
got used to it,
You
okay.
know, their life, I'm happy when they're happy.
Okay.
And they've got their lives and I've got mine. And I'm quite capable of living my life without them. You know what I mean?
Okay. Got you. So that was Penny telling us a bit about her children and great grandchildren. What about the main man himself, 007?
Yes,
Give us your name again.
my name is John Bradley.
John Bradley. Helps me, you know that. With my age, you forget.
You're a bit forgetful of them.
So, John, how many kids and what are their names, and how many grandkids and where are they located?
Right, my children, my eldest is located in England,
Okay.
and she's now 51.
Okay.
She has 2 children, which are my grandchildren in England, which I've never met
Oh, wow.
because I was divorced very early on, and she got remarried. And,
Okay. They don't carry your last name, do they?
yes.
They don't.
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, they have a different name now.
But they know that there's a grandpa somewhere.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure she's told them. I'm not really in contact with them.
Okay.
We were divorced many years ago.
Okay. Cool.
And yes, and then we go down to my second daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She recently moved. She moved 3 years ago to England.
Okay. So she stayed. She was living in South Africa for
She
a
was
while.
born in South Africa.
Okay. Cool.
And she moved about 3 years ago now.
Okay.
And
She's got kids.
she's got 1.
Okay.
She's got my grandson. He's got to be 7 now.
He's a little
Oh.
naughty bugger.
7. Well, I've only met him once.
You only met him once.
Well, she was living in Joburg.
Okay.
And they came down here on holiday. I met them about 4 years ago, just before
Cool.
they moved across to England.
So we've got the beach huts in the background. It's quite clear to our audience that we are located in the most beautiful part of Cape Town. But it's horrible
Beautiful.
weather still. It's not quite
It's
summer.
coming right. Today's quite nice. But
Today was
tomorrow's
nice.
going to rain again.
So we're going to be back indoors and, cuddling and huddling with blankets.
Yeah.
I want to just quickly tell our audience that this is episode 2. Can you remember when our last episode was?
It was about 4 years ago.
Okay.
It was before COVID.
Okay. Long before COVID. We
think
didn't even have the word COVID in our...
No,
we
No,
didn't
we
know what
didn't
it
know
was.
about it.
No idea. We were then in Fishhook
Okay.
at the time.
Moved.
Shortly after that, we moved to Muizenberg.
Moved to Muizenberg. So lots has happened since. We've done a lot more videos, and so we're a bit better at this. But we still are amateurs. We are still trying to catch your story. Okay. So it's not about the audio, and it's not about me. It's about you and your story. I want to. The last I saw you, you were parked outside the Pick n Pay in Fishhook, and I was curious as to why you were living in your car. Now I'm curious as to why you're living in your car in Muizenberg. So why don't we whichever one of you want to start, is it as romantic as people would say that you guys are together all the time? Is it beautiful?
You
Is
know,
it
sometimes 24 hours a day is just get a little bit much.
too much?
We don't-
Definitely not romantic.
We don't have
Definitely
a,
not.
No.
we don't have a lot of time off
Okay.
by ourselves.
Okay.
You know, I work a bit in the movie industry,
Okay.
mainly as a background artist.
Okay. So
I've
you
done some features and some small acting roles.
okay.
TV commercials, movies, mainly series. And those times I'm obviously by myself. But my transport here, because we actually live in Penny's car.
Okay. Which is a what? Just give us the model. It's a Kia, no?
It's a little Kia Picanto, which is quite a few years old.
Quite a nice colour.
It's not a bad
We're going to
colour.
slide pictures of the
Well, just
mo-
ignore
of
the scrapes and scratches and bumps and whatever on there. We don't mind.
Yeah. It goes
People
well.
say, how do you sleep in a Kia Picanto?
Very
And
comfortably.
we actually sleep
But
very
this,
comfortably.
but you've also
Our
got used
life
to
is
it.
behind the
You got used to it.
You know, from the first week, I had a lot of problems with my leg and my back, and I used to agony at night.
Yeah.
After a week, it was all gone.
You got your
was like
body
a
just adjusts.
miracle.
It just adjusts to.
We don't get a horizontal position. We sleep more like that.
Okay.
And
No,
funnily enough, when we get invited to somebody's house,
You still
or
sleep.
we get backache from sleeping on a comfortable
Yeah, I
bed.
can't sleep on a bed now, really. I don't know what I'll ever do.
I actually was told a story by a person that I know well. She sleeps everywhere. And she got invited to a person for the weekend. She couldn't sleep on the bed.
Yeah?
And she put the mattress on the floor, and that was still. She wasn't comfortable there, so she put I think she put the duvet down on the floor and slept on top of it, and then covered herself up with something else, because her body was so used to that position
Yeah.
that she was sleeping in, which I thought was quite.
Before I met Penny, I was sleeping virtually on concrete with cardboard underneath.
So Penny brought
I
you.
rescued,
You
I was
rescued
the
him.
knight in shining armour.
And brought him into the car. Well
It
done.
was a maiden in shining armour.
She still shines a bit, don't you?
Now and again.
I got my yellow sunglasses on.
So before Penny and the seats, it was concrete.
I was sleeping at
Post office.
Bishop Library.
It's a place. That's a good place to be, though.
Well, it was until they fenced it in. They fenced it off so nobody could sleep there.
Well, people are back there now. The fence is gone. The fence. I mean, the gate doesn't work.
So they're sleeping back at the
So you
library.
could possibly, if you want to, but don't tell them I told you.
No, we won't say a word.
But the main thing I want to say to you is that you are, for someone from the outside. You said this before. People walk past you. They see you in the car. And for those who don't know, there's one of two options. You either make as if you never saw it, you just keep walking, or you stop and you kind of look around and you say, why are you sleeping in your car, and what toilets do you use? What do you use for toilets? Are there other stupid questions that people ask you? Besides, give me your money in the middle of the
Well,
night?
normally they say why.
Okay.
And they,
If you could-
Why can't you get a room or get a
Okay.
cottage or get
and
a
where are your
flat?
children? Why
Yeah.
aren't they looking
Yes,
after
that's
you?
the big
yeah,
one.
yeah. And other silly questions that
people
people ask?
can't understand that.
Like why and where and how?
Silly questions. What do you do for food?
Yeah.
Well, we're lucky enough here in Musenberg, and
Okay.
one of the reasons we stay in Musenberg is that the Muse Kitchen offers
Yes,
Ah.
that's been our saving grace.
It's down the road
three
from
times
The
you.
a week.
Muse Kitchen.
Yeah.
3 times a week, 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
Well, yes, it's just lunch, three
Lunch.
times a week.
But the lunch is enough that you could actually,
It's reasonable.
you could spread
You
it
know,
over
the thing
two.
is,
I sometimes keep some over for the
Okay.
next day. Yeah.
we're both on pension,
Okay.
so between us we've got just over 4,000 rand a month,
Okay.
which
Which is leading us into the next question.
well, the next question is, why don't you get a room? You cannot get a room at
No, you
4,000 rand a
can't.
month.
Yeah.
There's
you
nowhere
could-
you can
Well,
go.
you could, but then it means that you're not going to have any money left over.
we'll get
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So what would the ideal accommodation look like for you guys? If you were to close your eyes and dream a little bit, what
Well,
would
we
it
thought about maybe just a one-bedroom apartment or something, with a bathroom.
with the bathroom? Okay.
Or
Running
just a-
water.
or just
Running
a
water.
shower.
Let me just
A
tell you
shower.
what I think. I think that I'd be very happy if someone offered their driveway to us, that we could park
Actually,
in there at night
just like a realistic one.
and close
Short
the
term.
gates and have a little toilet outside. That would be the beginning of
Absolutely
what I would
ideal.
like.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to go into an old age home. I wouldn't like that at all.
No, we've been off at old age homes,
And-
we're far too young for that.
Yeah. I'd like to go back overseas
Brilliant.
rather at the end
Travel.
of the day and do
Travel.
some care work.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm 77, so I don't know if they'd want me there.
I think there's an age limit, but then, it depends on.
England?
Well, the agencies, they kind of set it at a certain age, but I don't know what the age is.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in. You've already spotted the ideal. The ideal is a driveway. I didn't know that, by the way.
We have put, we did put it in the community on the
On the
to say if there's anybody that's willing to let us just
Park in the driveway.
at night because look, nothing is safe.
yeah. So I'm sure the security where you are now. When you close your eyes, you're constantly aware that the doors.
No, I'm not.
We're
Because
not really. We've had no real
You've
problems.
had no problems then.
We've had problem, not
No,
problems.
but that's not the problem.
No.
The problem is, I believe there's a higher
Power
that looks
looking
after me,
you. Okay.
and I don't worry about it.
Okay.
I go to sleep, and I don't worry about
You
it.
dream.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
and
So your sleep is good enough that you can actually
but
escape.
you can't say it's safe. No.
Yeah.
I tend to be a bit more vigilant than
Okay.
Penny is.
Okay.
And
As the man of the family normally is.
We've had people knocking on the window.
In the middle of the night.
I want money. I want money for drugs.
Yeah. Which is something that you kind of don't really want when you're sleeping, right?
You don't want. Or they come and they pretend that they're looking for something, and then you open the window and they say, have you just got a light for my cigarette, at 3:30 in the morning?
So here's
Not very
another thing.
pleasant.
Here's another thing. You would think when you see this situation that there's a security issue, but actually, people outside the car, they know you
No, they do.
and they look
We've
after
got a
you.
huge family.
All the people up on the hill there,
Yeah, because there's a whole community that
Yes.
lives
live on the
behind.
top of Museberg Park. Yeah.
How many people are we looking at? 20, 30?
Oh, I don't know.
But a crowd.
I've never
Yeah.
counted them, but they all know us. It's Uncle John and Auntie Penny,
And Mark,
Yeah, and
they're very nice to us.
and we'll hold them out where we can.
so you're
We
part
got-
of there's a bit of a family feeling.
Yes.
If we got extra food, or we
Oh, cool.
we loan them money, which we know.
Oh,
Okay, which
It's not really gonna come back.
and money.
Yeah. So I promised you the guys this, and I'm glad that I'm remembering it. But I'm going to stop talking now. This is the time that you get to tell us a little bit about. This is your slot. Wherever you go in this slot, we are not going to edit. So if you want to sing, you can sing. No, please don't sing. Or you can just tell us what it is. I mean, you've mentioned future, job, retirement, accommodation. What is it that you want to tell the audience?
Yes, right now we've gone through winter, which is it's not the best. It's out of season for the film industry.
Not good at all.
Well, my last shoot was it's now September, my last shoot was in March. It was quite a lucrative shoot, we sold for a couple of months. But season's coming up, October to April. And yes, well, I'm hoping for a lot more work. There are some series coming up, some movies I know which are coming up. And hopefully, we'll supplement our income that way. But it's not guaranteed income. Where I can say, I can take a lease on a place or rent a place, because I don't know when it's going to come up. And of course, they always set aside pay. Movies are better, they normally pay within 2 to 3 weeks. Commercials can pay up to 3 months. My last commercial I did, it was 4.5 months before I got paid for it. So the money's virtually in the bank, but it's not a guaranteed income in any way at all. I'm looking forward to the coming season. Now I'm booked with about 5 agents, so hopefully I should get more work.
And I'm waiting for Mother's Welsh copy birth certificate that I've been waiting for 7 years, and this is why I'm in the car at the moment, because of that. I haven't got it, and I would actually like to get it and go back to England, as I've been doing care work in England for about 17 years before. I would like to go back to England. I've got family there, and so I'm really hoping to get my mother's vault copy birth certificate.
And you should say that you need that to get your work
I
permit.
need that to get a visa, to get my visa, ancestral visa. So, it's, and I wouldn't mind getting care work here in Cape Town. I'd love to get a job working here, somewhere. I worked before in Constantia area and so, but yes, I wouldn't mind doing some more care work until my visa comes through. And then when it comes through one day, I can hop on a plane and go back to England. Yeah.
All right, cut.